Welcome back to another color class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And today we're going to be looking at trending nail colors for summer. Now, we happened to be on Pinterest the other day.
Every day.
Well, of course. And we noticed that trending nail colors for summertime was super popular. Like, the growth was incredible. And we're like, you know what? We need to talk about some summer nail colors that fall within. We're going to be talking more of the 6 palette system, even though, because you can kind of dissect the 4 palette out of the 6 palette system. So we figured we should be talking about some nail colors.
Absolutely. And let's face it, this is sandal season. So it's not just your nails, it's your toenails. Because like during winter, I don't necessarily put color on my nails. Oh, toenails.
Yeah.
But in the summer, when I pull out the sandals or I'm running around barefoot, I've got to have a nice color on my toenails.
Now, just a little side note, you do not need to wear nail colors that are in your palette. You can wear whatever colors you want. It's not a huge deal because it's a small little, think of like a pattern. You know, all of your main print is up here. So your nails don't really need to fall within it. But it is nice because at least if they do fall within your palette, then you're going to be matching. So if you do get nails and toenails done within your palette, then everything will have some harmony. But if you go outside your palette, say one of these colors coming up is like a matcha green. If you go outside of your palette and matcha green doesn't really fall, it is going to stand out a little bit more. So it is going to be more of a focal point, but it's not, wear whatever you want, do whatever colors you love.
Yes, and here's a tip from me to you. I prefer to use colors that blend with my skin tone rather than my clothing. And that's just me. I might wear matcha, but for the most part, day in and day out, I like something that makes my skin look pretty. Mm-hmm. And so that may be something that you want to do like kind of ongoing. And then if you want to do something special for an outfit or whatever, you've got that option.
And I am all over the place. Absolutely. I am all over the place. My toenails are like bright fuchsia pink because I don't follow the rules. But I do have kind of a neutrally like light purpley lavender tone on my nails right now.
Sometimes you feel like you just want to break the rules. Mm-hmm. Or it may look nice with a shoe. For example, if you've got a matcha color sandal and that might be the time to use the matcha nail.
Right.
Or if you're wearing a burgundy sandal, same deal. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, these colors aren't up around your face. They will be kind of in harmony, need to be in harmony with your outfit if you want them to be. Remember, we're all about knowing the rules, then breaking the rules if you want.
Absolutely. So today we're looking at the Who What Wear article, and it is according to experts, these are the most popular nail colors right now. So the first color that they are bringing to light this summer is black cherry, which
Surprise!
I know, that is so wild and out there. I would definitely pick this for more fall, winter time. Mm-hmm. But I think it is really unique. I think it's fun. And you can see the model in the middle. Do you see how she's wearing it with like a leather jacket? So if you are somebody who still wears black in the summer or loves to wear black overall, darker colors, then this is really good pairing. I actually really love it.
But do you know what you wear in black quite often? People have been told that if you wear black, it's very slimming. And if you go out to a store, 45% of the swimsuits that are available on the market are black. Mm-hmm. Have you ever noticed that there's like a disproportionate amount of black, and then you get your splashes of prints or whatever? So 9 times out of 10, if you're a winter, you'll have a black swimsuit in your swimsuit wardrobe. So there you go.
But even though, why didn't we think of this to pair a deeper color in the summertime? Why is it that we always just choose those bright, funky colors?
Because of tans. People, and this is just an opinion, I think that people generally choose nail colors in the summer that accentuate their tans.
But we never see browns. If that was true, we would see, some like rich chocolatey browns.
Maybe.
We never see.
Maybe. I mean, think about the prints that you see in summer. They're usually like teal and pink and orange. They're kind of like bright and colorful, and that's generally what's out there during the summer season. And so I think that's probably the deal. That's probably why they do that. But having said that, to Sarah's point, this black cherry is absolutely beautiful with black. It's kind of like jewel. It's like a garnet almost, a deep garnet.
Right.
So I don't know. A black swimsuit, beautiful. I think it'd be lovely.
Yeah, you are giving away, though, based off the palette. This color is going to fall into the deep category, of course. This is going to go cooler because it has almost like a purpley red hue to it. So that is going to go cool. And then soft to clear. It's not muted. Well, it is a bit muted, but it's also not clear. It kind of just falls in between. You know, it's just...
It doesn't have the color vibrancy or the color clarity that you would normally see with a clear. But we also don't think of deeps as also being soft.
Right.
Now, that's something to consider, and I'd like to look at some people to see if I can find... Yeah, I was thinking more of really, truly deep individuals, where if you choose them to be deep by the 6 dominant characteristics, like you're looking at hair, skin, and eyes.
Their overall dominant characteristic, and then being soft.
And that's kind of, I don't know. I could see them being deep and warm, deep and cool.
You know, I'm not a person that can just pull people from my head. That is one skill I do not have. You could do that all day, but me, I cannot just like pull somebody out of my head and be like, oh, they fall within this palette. I have to physically see them.
You know, just to go off topic here, this has nothing to do with nail color, but we discovered this game. It's called Hues and Clues. So, or Clues and Hues? One or the other. Clues and Hues or Hues and Clues. And it is, for those of you who love color, it is the coolest game in the world because you have to describe the color and then the person picks a square on a big game board of every color you can imagine and tries to get as close as possible to the color that you're describing in 1 word or 2 words. We should include a link to
I will
that.
Definitely do a link, but my husband...
So much fun.
My husband tapped out. He was like, no, you guys...
Yeah, I'm not playing with you two. I will not play with the two of you.
After a couple rounds, our goal was to get it right on the money. Like, we weren't even playing to see who got it close. It had to be right on the money because we were just, like, nailing them.
Yeah, but when you're a color analyst and when this is what you do and this is your interest... It gives you an unfair advantage.
Yes, it was really fun.
So feel free to grab that and then offer to play with people who aren't necessarily color experts and just take them down.
It was, and my husband like quit after like the 3rd round. He was like, I'm not playing with you guys. All right, so moving on to our next color. Our next color is going to be red. Now, in the images that Who, What, Where posted, they had a variety of reds. So instead of just saying the one red, like this bright red on the left.
Because red is red all day long. I mean, it's not... But this French manicure...
So cute!
With red on the tips?
Yes.
Darling.
All right, so let's just take a look at some reds that would fall within the different palettes because they're just using red as an overall. And of course, summertime red. I love a good like orangey, corally red in
French.
the summer.
It kind of reads like...
Right. It's so perfect. But if we're looking at the 6 palette system, the light red, is gonna be pink, okay? Because you are going to need something a little bit lighter for you since you have light hair, light eyes, light skin tone. But on the opposite side, deep, you get a deeper, richer red. And you can also wear any of the shades in between. Don't think, you have to stick with this. There are so many varieties of red.
Right, and black cherry is also a red.
Right, that would fall into the deep category. So there is such a range. Now let's take a look at warm. And like I was talking about earlier, those corally bright, just scream summertime. I love a bright red nail. Like, beautiful.
but I like the cool side. Well, obviously I like the cool side. Again, red is so amazing. It's just such a great accent for everything. But remember, there's a warm red and there's a cool red. Exactly. And everything is relative. And what you want to do is try to be on the warmer side where if you look at it long enough, you can pull out the orange tones kind of in your mind. And on the cool side, if you look at it long enough, you really won't see the orange. And that's a good way to tell. Because sometimes if you're in a store and you've got one red option and you're like, is this warm red or is this a cool red? Oh my goodness. Oh, One quick tip, one way to tell is to look at it. Really give it a good stare. And if you can see orange in it, if you really look at it, that's generally a good way to tell if it's the warm red.
Right. And you can also hold it up to different other color reds to kind of get an idea where it falls on the spectrum. Because color is just on the spectrum, so it makes it a little bit easier when you do it that way. Absolutely. And then we're moving on to soft. So of course, a very soft, muted red.
Now let me talk to you about this. Talk about skin tone and how great this color looks so amazing with most skin tones.
Yes.
Because it's like a richer color of skin. It's like something with a little extra pink in it, but regardless of what your skin color is, this is such a beautiful manicure color. So if you're going to go into the salon and pay $80 for a manicure, what is it now, $100
Oh, it's
for
more
both?
than that, yeah.
Okay, whatever. If you pay $1,000 for your manicure, you're not going to want to change the color tomorrow or maybe in 3 days. So, and you want to pick a color that's going to go with everything. And that's what I meant before when I said, make sure that you choose a color that looks beautiful with your skin tone.
Right.
This is a great one. And this girl right here is
coming from the person who said they love neutral nail polishes.
I do.
I'm more of a bright girl, so.
She is. But do you know what she does that's not bright? She doesn't wear bright shoes. She tends to wear nude colored shoes.
I do.
I mean, obviously white sneakers and things like that. But her dress shoes, her beautiful pumps and, the gorgeous stuff that, you put aside for a special look, they're always nude. Mine are always black. And when asked why she always chooses nude, it's because it gives her a longer line.
Absolutely. It elongates. So if you are looking for like longer legs and heels or even just like some sandals, go for the nude. And then moving on, opposite of soft is clear. That's, again, I just love the bright, funky, fun colors of summer. And it's funny because I'm a soft person, but I don't love wearing them as much.
Well, that's why.
Yeah. I love it, like, my nails have a little funky art going on, but I don't wear it. So there you go. There are your reds of the 6 palette system, which is one of the trending topics for summer nails.
So now you know these are the rules, but you can break the rules.
Let's go break them. We're moving on to chrome nails. I love this trend. And it's been around for a while, I have to say.
I do, but I have a bone to pick with calling this chrome. Because this is iridescent. This is
like mica.
Yeah, this is shimmer. This is iridescence.
Right.
Chrome, they have nail enamel that looks like chrome.
Yes.
And so the fact that they did this and called it chrome, I think is, I just think I would have to call this whole category iridescent and call something that looks like chrome metallic.
Like a natural iridescent, like a softer...
translucent, iridescent kind of thing. But as I said, is it chrome? I don't mean to be jumping all over the editors here, but is it a metallic that's trending? And Sarah, this is a question for you because you saw the article.
It's definitely metallic. It's definitely not chrome. I don't know. Think of chrome.
Yeah, don't know what to tell you, but metallics are beautiful.
So really this can kind of fall based off what the mica color is. So if it's a gold mica, it's going to lean warmer. If it's a blue-pink mica, it's going to lean cooler. This is pretty neutral and anyone can really wear it. Obviously, if you're somebody deep and is trying to match a deep, rich color, then this isn't going to be it, but it still will look great on you.
It's beautiful.
Just a neutral.
And to speak to the iridescence, you have iridescent, which kind of reflects different colors depending on the light. Now, there's also color shifting products. And I think maybe we'll just lump this all here under chrome because the color shifting I think are definitely worth a look.
Yeah.
Because the way those are made, multiple kinds of mica, light hits them one way, you might get a green. You move your hand a little bit, it might become purple. And those are fun because if you're using a summer print and you happen to find a color shifting enamel that picks up a couple of shades in the print, that is to die for,
Absolutely.
looks-wise.
Yes. All right, back to the matcha nails that we talked about earlier. These are so funky and fun. And I really love, so if you are somebody that wants to stay within your palette and matcha might not be within it, look at the little French tip.
I think this is, and I
How
think
cute.
this is such a cute trend for any color. Now, it has to be a color, because if you get into the frost or the iridescent or the chrome or whatever,
It's going to shift.
it doesn't really show up that much.
Right.
But I think in order to do this trend properly, now naturally a French manicure, it would normally be white. So I think you probably want to make sure you've got enough color saturation for somebody to look at and go, oh, wow, how cool. Because you're not really showing that much. So
Right.
with just a little sliver of color, I think you've got to have a color. And this is a cute one. Skin tone and color. If you look at the green that's shown in this article, this is not that flattering to the skin tone.
Right.
And I mean, it almost makes the skin look purple. So when we say, you can move out of your season, but you kind of want to make sure that your nail enamel makes you look alive.
Right.
Makes your skin look like it's
Absolutely.
healthy.
So let's take a look at 6 palette system. All right, our light is going to fall within our matcha color. It's going to be pretty nail on the head. It's a softer green that works really well. And remember, there's a range in here. You can go warmer or cooler depending on how you want and how your analysis goes. Deeper color. So you're going to be looking at a deeper green. This matcha green, that light pastel green, is not going to fall quite within the deep palette. So you are going to be looking for a much richer, deeper green.
Now, going back to that French manicure, the comments
Cute.
have been made on that. If you're a deep, then you will want a deep enough color on that tip so that it becomes visible.
Right.
I mean, so that it's there. And that's another reason that you should probably think about your season, because let's say you put a light and you're a deep, and your skin bed is normally lighter, and it just doesn't do what exactly you're going to be looking for it to do.
And then warm to cool, I love this example because you can see what a warm green versus a cool green looks like within like the matcha range. Because, when I think of matcha, I think of a little bit warmer, deeper green. But what they were calling matcha reminded me more of like it had a lot more blue.
Minty. It was very minty.
Right. It was very minty from what I would call matcha. But here you have a really great example of what a warmer green versus a cooler, softer green looks like. And then soft versus clear. So again, if you had green in the middle, look at what the clear green, it's bright, it's vivid, versus the soft green, which is muted and dusted. So these are just really great examples of looking at a different colorway.
Let's say you were mixing these from a tube just for fun, for you artists out there. I know there are a lot of you that are with us.
Right.
You can take like a deep hunter green, that becomes your deep. You add white, that becomes your light. You add white and a little bit of cadmium yellow, that becomes your warm. You add white and a little bit, maybe just a touch of blue, and that becomes your cool. You add gray to your deep, and that becomes your soft.
Right.
And then you got to go to a different tube of paint, like a cadmium green or something.
You need that bright color, like pigmented.
Because remember, clear is out of the tube color. It's clear with nothing, no tint, no shade, it's clear.
All right, and lastly, simple nail designs.
So cute.
I love this.
Simple for who? Because they're not simple for me.
Yeah. Good question. I don't know who is making these simple, but they're funky. They're fun. I love it.
They're funky and they're fun.
And you can pick up colors that maybe aren't within your palette or that are within your palette. Do something fun. It's like a fresh nail. The nails look so good and healthy, but with like some little touch of something.
A little comment with the editing. I think I would call it, fascinating nails. Elaborate nail designs. Anything but simple nail designs. Maybe this article was done by AI or something and they needed our editing expertise. But yeah, this is a more complex nail design. But why not?
I do really like, because, summertime we think of fresh renewal, and I love just a natural nail for summertime, maybe even a clear gloss, but having a little just touch of something really brings it into a fresh, funky world. Like, I love having a natural nail showing.
Now, let me say this about this group of nails.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the left and the one on the right, where they highlight the nail bed and the tip, and, the one on the right looks kind of like a tuxedo tie or something, and the one on the left looks like something else.
Right.
It's interesting. The one on the center, in my opinion, is really elegant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you've got stubby little fingers like me, what a beautiful way to elongate your fingers and have your fingers look long and elegant.
Yeah.
I think that look is just
This is a really
beautiful.
great design. Yeah. So thank you to Who What Wear for this amazing article and these ideas.
Apologies to Who What Wear about our editing your headlines.
All right. So thank you for joining us today. This has been another color class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And we'll see you in our next video.